What's up, everybody? I know it's been a minute or two since I posted my last video, and that has not been intentional. Unfortunately, over the holiday, the stomach bug swept through my family like wildfire and got us all pretty good, me included. But I'm back in action and got fluids in my body and whole foods now and solid foods running through my system, so psyched to be back in action. A couple little updates. One is that I am now up to 19 ring push-ups. Next goal is going to be 20 and then 25 and eventually 30. So that is going well, minus my little sickness where I got derailed with my training for a little while. And I've also been doing a lot of brainstorming and reflecting on where I want this vlog to go. And I think it's going to continue to answer student questions. But in addition, I'm just going to mix in some thoughts and perspectives of things that I see and that I feel are worth sharing. So you can kind of expect a little bit of a pivot. If sometimes I'm driving down the road and I'll see something and I'll think, oh, I should talk about that or reflect on that. And so it's going to be a little bit more of an open format, and hopefully I'll be putting videos out more often as a result of that. And what I want to kind of dial down in today after last couple days and weeks of experiencing the holidays is kind of something I've been thinking on, and what I've been reflecting on lately in my life is the difference between happiness and joy. And I think a lot of people kind of strive for happiness, and our culture says that we all should shoot for happiness and be happy. But I think a deeper level of purpose and meaning and fulfillment is kind of a result of maybe getting outside of your comfort zone and digging deeper for what it is that brings you more than happiness, but is that real feeling of joy or enjoyment. And I think happiness comes from easy, and joy comes from doing some serious searching and some serious work. So I think an example of that could be it's really easy for me to just sit down on my couch and watch YouTube videos. I think that in a very short amount of time brings me some happiness and some entertainment and maybe even some learning in some way, shape, or form. But what really brings me joy would be an amazing conversation or quality time with my daughter, or finishing something that I've been working on and trying to complete for a very long amount of time. Maybe if I cross the line of a Spartan race that took me over 5 hours and a year to train for, or a connection that I'm striving to make with an individual and finally feel that I was able to do that. So I think when it comes to the 5 pillars of health, nutrition, sleep, exercise, mindset, and connections with other people, I think there's happiness, and I think there's joy. And for me, if I were to take something like nutrition, it's enjoyable to eat something that tastes really good but might not be the best for my long-term health and wellness. But for me, it's joyful to wake up every morning feeling great and to walk into my 4th period class at 1:30 with all the energy in the world. And for my students to say, what is your deal? How do you have so much energy at 1:30? And I say, well, because I fuel my body with food that gives me the energy to feel joyful all day and to feel powerful and energetic and really intentional and super psyched about what I'm into is incredibly joyful for me. So I'm gonna, as kind of 2020 rolls around, I'm not someone who sets New Year's resolutions. I don't believe I need a date to tell me when to make a lifestyle change, but I do think that I'm gonna strive to seek deeper levels of joy and kind of move away from the shallowness of those happy feelings and seeking joy. And joy comes from, at least in my opinion, in my life, from digging deep into levels of discomfort. And I once heard somebody say that discipline is freedom, and I'm coming to believe that as I kind of live out my life here. And I think that if I commit to something, the freedom that it gives me and the feeling that it gives me is a deeper level of joy than just feeling happy. So with it, whether it's fitness or food or finances or family or fun or friends, all the F's there that my cousin Johnny D taught me about. I'm going to seek joy instead of just happiness.